Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how you can quickly edit these templates, the header templates, with your own details like your own text, your own images, how you can quickly modify them for your own websites using Adobe Photoshop. So Adobe Photoshop, if you're not a advanced user, it can be a little complicated. It does have a learning curve. So I can't really explain everything about Photoshop in this short video, but I will give you all of the quick details that you need to know to quickly modify the templates yourself. Okay, so you can change the text to your own website text, and you can change all of the colors and maybe move things around and also add your own images to the header. Okay, this will give you the basics of how you can get started using these headers for your own websites. Okay, so this is one of the headers here, and if you notice, if you look at all of them, that in most of the headers I left some space on the side here, some empty space, and this space is usually for your own image, your own photo, so you can add any kind of image here that you want. So you can use this header for any niche, any market. And I'll show you how to add your own images in just a minute. First thing is let's edit some of this text here. Okay, everything that you see in the header, all of this text, it could all be modified, it could all be moved around. All of this stuff comes in its own layer, and you can edit all of these things to your liking. Okay, so you can move all of these things around. If you want to add your own text, if you want to change this to say something that you want to say, like your website name, your product name, you can go to the layers palette here on the side, just double click on the layer that you want to edit. Okay, you can see it gets highlighted on the template, and then just type whatever you want on the keyboard. Okay, so your text, your product, whatever you want. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. Once you're done typing, just click on something here like the move button, and this will be, now with this button here you can now move the text to wherever you want. If you want to resize the text, you can quickly go to edit, free transform, and then you can resize it to whatever size you want it to be. Okay, so you can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. Let's just make it this size here. Okay, if you want to change the color of the text, again you can double click on it in the layers palette, it will highlight it, then go to this color box over here and just choose whatever color you want to use on the text. Okay, so let's choose this color here. And you can do this for all of the text layers. So you can do it on this text layer, on this one. All of these things can be modified and moved around. Of course, you can also change the font of the text, and again, just double click on the text layer. It will make it highlighted. Then go on the side here to the font menu and just scroll down the fonts. These are all of the fonts that are loaded into your system. Okay, so once you open up Photoshop, it will automatically open all of the fonts that are loaded into your system, and then you can choose any font that you already have. So let's just choose this one here, and as you can see, the font gets edited. Okay, so that's pretty much how you modify the text. There's a few more things that you can do, and let me just show you this here. If you want to further edit the text, if you want to make the spacing of the letters bigger or smaller, if you want to make it all capitals, underline the text. You can do that in the text box, which shows up if you go to if you click on the text tool and then click here. This will open up the text box with all of the different options. Okay, and if you want to change the text again, just double click it. And this little dialog here will change the spacing of the text in between the letters. Okay, so if you want to have more space in between the letters, choose one of these options. If you want to have less space, choose the -1. If you want to make your text a little taller, you can adjust the percentage here, and if you want to make it thicker, you can adjust the percentage over here. Also, if you have more than one line of text, so for example, you see if you have 2 lines of text, sometimes it overlaps and just looks weird, and you can change that by adjusting this little number here, and this pretty much just increases or decreases the spacing between each line of text. Okay, so you can type in whatever you want, or you can simply put it on auto and it will automatically select the spacing for you. Okay, so let's just put 50 here. Okay, you can also make the text all capitals with just the click of a button. Make it italics, bold. You can underline it, and you can also adjust how smooth or rough the text looks with this option here. You can also change the fonts, of course, and all of the little options here like italics, bolded text, and things like that. Okay, so this box here gives you a lot of options on how to tweak your text to make it look just the way you want it to look. You don't have to use this, but it does give you the flexibility to play around with it even more. Okay, so let me just go back to the original state of the header. And in case you need to make some changes or you don't like the change you made, you can always use the history panel. Okay, so this is when we opened the header, this is the state that it was in, and this is after we made all of the additions to the text. Okay, so you can go back in the history panel to any state that you liked. If you don't like the changes you made to the header, you can always go back and undo the changes that you made. Okay, so that's how you play around with the text. Now let's add an image to this header. Okay, first of all, the website that I use to get images is iStock Photo. Okay, this is a stock photography website where you can get a lot of professional images starting at just $1 per image. Okay, so you can go to iStockPhoto.com and just sign up for a membership, buy some credits, and then start searching for the images. So you can put anything you want, like person smiling, for example, and this will give you thousands of images that you can choose from. And you can put anything you want, whatever niche you're in, like guitars or dog training. You can just type that in and it will show up with a lot of results. Okay, so just browse around, choose an image that you like, then download it with the size that you want. You can, for web images, you can just use extra small, so just the first one, or if you have like a print project you can use one of the larger ones, but I basically use just a small one. For this example, we'll just download a sample image. We don't need the full thing. Okay, so I just saved the image. Now let's go back to Photoshop and let's add this into the header design. Okay, so let's go to Open, File, Open, locate where we saved the image. Where did we save it? Okay, here we go. Open. This will open up the image into Photoshop. Now go to Edit, or go to Select All, Edit, Copy, go back to the header, and now you can click Edit, Paste, and this will paste the image into the header. Now you see that how it's behind the design. You gotta make sure that you paste the image into one of the top layers here. In Photoshop, the layers that are at the top in the layers palette show up on top of the layers here, if that makes any sense. They show up first in the design, and the lower they go, you can see that it goes behind the header. Okay, so make sure the image is one of the first layers at the top of the layers palette. And you can move the image and also adjust the size of the image by going to Edit, Free Transform, and this will let you resize the image to whatever size you want to have it. You can make it big or small. Okay, so let's just make it this size, hit enter. By using this tool here, you can move it. So let's position it right here. We can also cut away any part of the image that we don't need by using this rectangular marquee tool, making a selection, and then hitting delete on the keyboard. And also, if you have an image with the white background or just a solid background, you can quickly erase that background by going to erase tool here. Click and hold on the erase tool, highlight this magic eraser, and just click anywhere in the image. Okay, you gotta play around with the settings. Half of the body of this man got erased because his shirt is the same color as the background. So you can play around with the tolerance settings on the eraser tool. You can set it to something lower, like 5, and then try again. Okay, as you can see, it got erased. There's a little bit of jagged edges here, but most of the time this magic eraser tool does the job. And you can also use the blur tool to blur away some of the hard edges here. Okay, so that's how you add the image. There's different ways of doing it, but that's one of the fastest ways. I can't really show you all of the details in this video. Okay, next step, let's change the colors of this header. Okay, so to change the color of the main header, find the main header. It's usually at the bottom. It's usually like a long rectangular shape. Some of them have layer styles attached to them, and the color of the header comes from this gradient overlay. Okay, so this is the color of the header that you see in front of you, and you can change this color by double clicking here or clicking once. Clicking, this is the start of the gradient, this is the end, so you can choose whatever color you want to have by simply clicking on the start of it. Okay, let's choose Whatever, let's choose this color. Okay, click here. Press OK, and there we go, we changed the color. Obviously I'm just doing this fast, I wouldn't just use it like as it is. I would change all of these colors here, but you get the example. You can also change the colors of this main header by using one of the layer styles in your inside Adobe Photoshop. So if you have some layer styles loaded, you can simply choose the header layer and click on one of the layer styles, and this will automatically change the color of the header for you. Okay, so we changed the color of the header. We added an image, we changed the text. One final thing I'll show you is how you can take some elements from one header and then add them to another header template. Okay, so for example, if you like some kind of an element from one of the headers, like maybe you like this shape here, or some kind of an effect on the background, you can take one of these things and you can add them from one header to another one. Okay, so for example, you like this number effect here with the little circle. Okay, let me just resize this here a little bit. Okay, so you like the number and the little circle. Go to the layers palette, highlight the layers that this image consists of. So you can see that it's a number sign 23, and then a few of the circle images here. So click on the first layer, hold shift, click on the last one, and this will select all of them for you. Now just click anywhere on the image, click and hold, and simply drag it into the other template. And now you can move this around on the next template and put it anywhere you want to put it. And you can position the text itself also anywhere you want inside the image itself. Okay, so you can just play around with this, play around with the positioning. And if you want to move all of these layers together, just highlight them again, click on the first one, hold shift, click on the last one, and just move them anywhere on the header. Okay, this could be done with anything, with these images, with the text. So you can just highlight the text and drag it over into another header. Position it anywhere you want to position it. And of course you can make it say whatever you want to say. Okay, so you can basically mix and match different effects from different headers and just drag them into each other. Okay, so this is obviously just an example. There's a lot of things jumbled up together, but I just wanted to show you a few things quickly that you can do with these headers. Obviously there's a lot more to Photoshop, and I can't cover everything in this video, and I made it very simple for people that don't really know much about Photoshop. I can go into great detail about each of these little features and all of these different things that you can do, but for now I think this should get you started. So just play around with the headers and have fun and just practice, and soon you'll be able to create very good looking designs with just a few minutes. All it takes is just a little bit of practice, and I hope that's what you do. So I hope you like the product, and that's it for this video.